Yeah, right before the best part. Okay, so notebooks and pens for this section, and here's how the rest of training is going to work. I want to cover on this side of the board your first 10 days on the job and essentially how you're going to be trained so you're comfortable with the full schedule. And then I'm going to have Ricky or one of the assistants show you how a full cut presentation looks like. That way you can get hands-on. Okay, what's it going to look like when I meet with my customers? Then I'm going to give you your own training manual today, and we're going to walk through how to go through the manual with your customers. We'll do probably 80% of the appointment today, and then we'll wrap up with the assignment. So I just need your attention, your energy, and of course your active learning. So do I have your attention today? Yes. Can I get your participation? Yes. If you understand what I'm saying, you're with me. Raise your hand and say aye. Awesome. Thank you. First 10 days. So my goal is to get you off to a fast start. If you remember, faster equals your first 10 days, and we'll start with that. This is one of the very few things you'll have to take notes on today. First 10 days. So the first part is today. It's your initial training. This is the initial training seminar. And there are 3 days. Okay. And today started at 11. Scheduled tonight till about midnight. Some of you are like, not midnight. You're scheduled till what time? Who knows? 5:30. We don't have to go all the way to 5:30. If I know that you guys are engaged and you guys pick up the information, I actually try to get out early if I can. But I won't shortchange your training either. So if you're not quite there, we'll go all the way to 5:30 if that's what you need for the training. But we're scheduled till then. Today's training is awesome. I'm going to teach you 80% of the full presentation. You will leave here knowing how to present the product. You don't know how to close the sale yet. You won't know how to write up an order. And you won't know how to get recommendations. But you will know how to present the product. Then I'll give you the assignment. That's the moneymaker assignment. That's the assignment tonight that if you did it right and you put the effort into it, you could set yourself off on a financial track for the next 2 to 5 years. Money's not a problem. Do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with the people you want to do it with. And that sets your collegiate career on fire financially. That's tonight's assignment. Tomorrow, we start at 11:30. Was it 6? 7, right? Yeah. We're scheduled 11:30 to 7. Again, subject to change depending on how involved you guys get. Tomorrow's different. Tomorrow, I will teach you how to close the sale. Tomorrow, I'll teach you consumer psychology, which is my favorite part because you'll leave tomorrow when we get to the lunch break where you get extra, the second break where we eat food, you'll start to see, wow, I really understand how to operate with customers. Specifically, what type of customers? Yeah, how to work with Mac customers, really important. And then the last part of training is awesome because I'll teach you how to get promoted quickly. So how do you earn a promotion, 1, 2, or 3 promotions in your first 48 hours? I'll teach you how to put together your own schedule. You can customize it the way you want to. Also, a side note, if you're a high flyer here and you want to be on the top 10%, meaning you want to go for a big $10,000 fast start and make $2,000 or more, then I encourage you to keep your whole weekend open if you can. If that's something you can do, try to keep your full week booked. Nothing personal. Don't put anything in there. I want to help you make a lot of money. And then the very last part of training is I'll teach you my favorite skills, how to speak to customers on the phone And I'm going to teach you not how to talk to your friends and family, but how to speak to them professionally to set up an appointment. And it's really awesome because we'll practice it. You'll learn how to connect. And then from the office here, from the Inferno, that last hour of training, you're going to set up your first 5, 6, 7, 8 appointments from the office. So you'll feel really good about it. And then when you go home tomorrow night, you'll get the rest of your appointments from home before you go out for the night. Okay, so really easy. Then graduation's on Saturday. No cap or gown needed though. I knew you'd like that one, most of you. High school graduates, how many? Yeah, I need to figure that one. There's no practice, there's no cap and gown, all that craziness. You just gotta be here. 9:30 to 4:30, I teach you how to get recommendations. I'll teach you how to do the virtual appointment. How many of you have friends or family, Mac customers you know, but they just don't live here in Florida, or they live too far to drive? Or how many of you have transportation issues sometimes where you don't always have a car or a ride? Yeah, I love the virtual appointment because people can do appointments from home, or they can do it here from the office where they just literally, you just need the customer to have a high-speed internet connection. Okay, you just need the customer to have a high-speed internet connection, and you're on the phone with them walking through a website that I'll show you later. Everything's already linked up to the website. So we sell Cutco internationally. We sell it across the country. You can sell Cutco at midnight to your aunt in California where it's only 9 o'clock. It's really cool. So we'll teach you that, and then we'll teach you how to cut pennies. We give you about $470 worth of the Cutco product, and you guys are ready to start doing your first appointment. So as soon as you leave here at 4:30, you'll start making money. It's really cool. It only takes me 3 days to teach you how to present the product. However, it does take me the full time training. So once you do your appointments, you'll leave here. It'll be your first weekend of appointments. Okay. And who remembers who are your first appointments with? Friends and family. So I'm going to put F&F, which stands for friends and family. So this will be your first weekend of appointments. Now, remember, I want to help you hit your first or second promotion. The magic number I want you to focus on is getting 10 or more appointments. That's the magic number. That's the average. 80% of you will have 10 or more appointments. Okay. And here's why I want you to have 10 or more appointments. Okay. If you remember, when you first start selling, you remember what percentage you earn on commission? Who remembers? 10%. Good, Mauricio. 10% on commission. And you haven't earned anything yet. Because they don't remember from the interview how much you have to sell first to get your first promotion. Yeah, $1,000. So once you get to $1,000 in sales, we'll say 1K, you get a pay raise to 15% commission. And that means you will have earned $100 in income. You get to 3,000, it goes up to 20%. You will have made $400 in commission. $6,000 is 25%. You will have made $1,000. And then $10,000 in sales, you'll earn, what's the level called? That dirty 30, which is where you can work part-time but make, or keep working full-time and make what? Yeah, make big time. That's what I want to get you to. So here's the cool thing, okay? If you just do 10 appointments this weekend, from Saturday till Monday, just from being statistically average, not even good yet, just average, if you do 10 appointments, what percentage of those should be a sale? What's your closing ratio? 60%. So what's 60% of 10? 6 sales. What's the average order with Cutco? About 300. So you're talking already $1,000. There's your first promotion. So if you just do 10 appointments within your first weekend, you'd hit a promotion. Who'd be pretty excited to say that they hit the first promotion with the company in 48 hours? Yeah, that's average here. You follow what I teach you, that will be average. So we talked about 10-80-10. Okay. 80% of you will sell between 1 and 3,000 and make between $1 and $400 income your first 48 hours with us. And you'll hit 1 or 2 promotions. That means you'll be able to make more money with the same amount of work. Is that cool? Now, 10% of you will be here. And I call those high flyers. I just put HF, high flyers. High flyers are also going for a $10,000 fast start. These are the people that will probably earn or try to go for a star, which means they will have made $2,000 or more. High flyers, Your number's 14 or more. Why? Because if you do more appointments, statistically, what's supposed to happen? You'll make more sales. So this would be like Adriano Diaz. Adriano did 6 appointments, 14 sales first weekend, made $1,000 in his first 48 hours. This is Joao Nunez from Pinecrest. Joao, his first 2 days, sold over $6,400 his first 2 days. That was his sales, 3 promotions, and made $1,000 by Monday. That will be 10% of you. I also want you to know that 10% of you will be here. I call that the caboose, right? Because where's the caboose on the train? Yeah, it's the back. Every train has a caboose, no matter what, right? Every team has a bench player or bench warmer, seat warmer, I used to call them. Okay, water boy, yeah. But guess what? They're still on the team, right? And guess what? At some point, will they get better if they work on it? At some point, will they get a chance to really get some good playing time? That's what happens here. There are some people, in my analogy, yes. My analogy, yes. Okay. So some of you, your first weekend, you'll sell less than $1,000. You'll make your first sale, but it'll be less than 1,000, and you won't even hit your first promotion. You're not doing bad. You're just first weekend on the low 10%. And that's where I can help you in this next section. It's called advanced training. Advanced training, number 1. That's going to be Monday, 10:30 to 3 p.m. Okay. So advanced training 1 is Monday from 10:30 to 3 p.m. This is all part of your training process. So what I'm going to do here is see how you're doing your first weekend, and I'm going to teach you a couple things. First of all, I'm going to teach you something called a secret weapon. And the more appointments you do your first weekend, the more powerful that secret weapon is when I teach you. Plus, you'll be really irritated with me because it'll help you sell way more than you would have. I'm also going to teach you how to call recommendations. So you'll start to network and call people that you don't know as well. That first recommendation that I'll teach you to call is called your acquaintance. Okay? And by definition, who's ever heard of the term acquaintance? Right? When you think of an acquaintance, right? What's an acquaintance? Who can tell me what's an acquaintance? Someone new. Thank you for participating. Someone new. What's your Larry, right? Lenny. Sorry. Let me see it. Okay, I need glasses. Man. Whew. That's it. Say it again. You what? You kind of know, or they kind of know you. Give me someone who you kind of know in your life. Like, let's go. Who's someone you would kind of know?
Kind of know.
Yeah, who do you kind of know? That's a Mac customer.
Oh, I'm like mom's coworkers.
Yeah, mom's coworkers. Perfect. Who's someone that would kind of know you? Yes.
Zach?
What's that?
Zach?
Okay, Mac customer.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah, who's it? Go ahead. Mom's coworkers, right? Raise your hand if you have mom's coworkers where they know of you, but you really don't know of them at all. Yeah, because mom's about you. Right? Oh, this is my baby. Yeah. Or vice versa. You've met with some of mom's coworkers. Also, how many of you have some friends and family that you just haven't spoken to in a while, and they would be friends and family, but it's been a while. So now they're kind of an acquaintance. Raise your hand if you, okay? But they're really good customers, right? And you don't want to just call them out of the blue for a Cutco appointment because that seems weird and out of the blue. I'll teach you how to call those people too. So here's Monday. People who you know of, people who know of you, or people where it's been a while. Okay? So start thinking about those people on your list. I'll teach you how to call those on Monday. And so here's the cool thing. Whether you're in the low 10%, the middle 80, or the high 10%, I'll be able to adjust you here. Okay? Then we'll let you do more appointments. And then you'll come in later that week for advanced training number 2. It's the last one.
What day was that?
Okay, we're about to do it right now. Okay. Advanced training number 2. That's going to be a few days later on Wednesday. That's 4:30 to 9, and that's the last one. So that's Wednesday, 4:30 to 9. And the same thing. I'll teach you more secret weapons. For your sales and to get more recommendations. We'll give you more tips on the virtual appointment. So you will have already started those. And that's going to go right into my favorite part of the job. You can write that Wednesday team meeting. Wednesday team meeting. And this is the one time of the week. This is the one time of the week where the whole office gets together. Last night we had our team meeting. It was awesome. And afterward, they all went to the diner. I think we took over the whole diner. It was like 40 of us. And that was a small meeting because half our team is out of town. So Wednesday team meeting, that goes every Wednesday from 9 to 10:30. And we do it in the evening because people have appointments during the day. And this is the most fun part of the job. People love it because they learn from the best people. People love it because they meet new friends on the team. People love it because during this training, they get better at the job, which means they're making more money, and they love to keep coming back. Also, we do a lot of recognition with the report. We do top 10, top 5 in the office. You'll see when you go. And if you ask anyone on the team what's the best part of the job, they'll say Wednesday night team meeting. And then afterwards, we usually do what's called team night out. I'll put TNL. That's optional, but we always go out somewhere, whether it's food, whether it's bowling. We did indoor soccer 2 weeks ago. We took 40 right behind the office. There's an indoor soccer arena. We'll go play basketball. And why do you think we do that, besides the fun part, even though it is fun? Go ahead. Yeah, team building and bonding. Team that plays together, eats together, wins together, makes money together. So our team loves supporting each other. And then finally, your final 9th day on the job, it's called Sunday PSP meeting. Sunday PSP, and I'll explain what PSP stands for. Not quite PlayStation, right? Okay. PSP stands for paycheck. So what do you think you do here? Say it again. Not quite, almost. You make sure all your orders in so you do get your money. Okay, so this is where you make sure your orders are all finalized for the week so you get a proper paycheck. Schedule, that's the S. Okay, so what do you think happens here? Close. Take a look, guys. What do you think happens if this is your schedule meeting? You set up your schedule. This is different. Who's ever had a job before, hourly job? You don't set up your schedule. What happens at those meetings? They call you and give you the schedule. And if you can't work the schedule, you either find a new job or you don't get the hours, right? Here's different. You come here, you give us the schedule you want to work. Anyone like that, right? But here's the cool thing. We'll look at it and we'll give suggestions. Like, for example, I'll use Girl, I know because we work with a lot of athletes. So she's got training she has to do for practice and conditioning. So we'll show her, okay, well, maybe you want to do your conditioning here so you can do more appointments there. Or over here, maybe you don't want to do any Cutco here so you can do more conditioning. We're really good at helping you customize your schedule. And then once you get used to it, you don't really need our help. It takes literally 5 seconds to say, here, Jeff, what do you think? Perfect. Okay, that's your schedule for the week. And then, of course, last thing is phone time. So since the students are already here on Sunday, and I'll put the times, what they'll do is they'll just make phone calls to book their appointments for the week, the days and times they want to work. So this is every Sunday from 3 to 6 p.m., but it's only a 10-minute stop by during that. Meaning, PSP is from 3 to 6. You just have to let Ricky know and sign up when you come in. When you come in, it takes 10 minutes to put your paycheck together, get your schedule, and then if you want to stick around and make phone calls after the 10 minutes, people will do that if they have appointment slots open. Okay. If you remember from the interview, once you finish your training, there are really only 2 days that you're in here for the job. Remember that you don't even have to clock in every day live. You do that over the phone. What are the 2 days you're here? There you go. Thank you, sir. That's it. So if you remember from the interview, Sundays and Wednesdays, your training is actually 10 days. It only takes me 3 for you to start making money on Saturday. But to get the full training, it's 10 days. So here's one thing I want to make very clear. If you take a look at the percentages, 10% of you, your first weekend, will be lower. Most of you will be around here. And 10% of you will be here. Then we'll give you more training. Then you'll go out and do more appointments, and you might fall here. Some of you will be here. So in other words, it'll be like this. It depends on where you are. I'd like everyone to be here, right? That's ideal. But by statistics, some of you throughout the training process will be at below or above. But once I'm done training you, you will fully understand the job. So let's get some feedback. What do you notice about training, what's giving you confidence, what do you like? Give me some positive feedback on training process and what I just covered with it. Give me one thing, Gabe. It works around your schedule for the most part. Now here's the thing, I'm flexible with you setting up appointments, I'm just not flexible with the training. So I always have someone who's like, oh, Jeff, well, I can't make this, I can't make this, I can't make this. It's really hard for us to support you if you miss everything. Okay, you can't get the same experience in the same training. Go ahead, Justin.
I like it's thorough.
Mm-hmm.
It covers, it doesn't leave any questions to be asked.
Right. Any question that you have, it's going to fit in somewhere here. And if you notice, in your first 10 days, we'll see you often. Anyone know why we do that on purpose?
Monitor us also if we have any questions.
Yeah, so we can hold your hand through the process. Now, 10% of you don't need hand holding, you just need more coaching. 10% of you, we literally need to hold your hand through the whole thing because you've never done something like this before. But once you're done with the 10 days, it's going to be awesome. And the whole point, by the way, is to get you off to a fast start. Who remembers from earlier how much Cutco can possibly win? Up to how much? Good, Justin. $1,800 worth of Cutco. We want you to work hard in your first 10 days to win as much Cutco as possible. Who can guess why that's really important? Good, say that there. Who can tell me why is earning more Cutco? Give me your name, sir. Josh, why do you think having more Cutco is better? Yeah, to show the product. You know Walmart. Okay. You guys know Super Walmart? Have you seen that? There's one in University commercial. It's the same company. The only difference is Super Walmart has a grocery store and Super Walmart has more shelf space. So who sells more for the company, Walmart or Super? For minus the grocery, one more reason. Why? More shelf space, meaning more products to show. When you have more Cutco to show, you make more sales. And that's what I want to help you do. Plus, it's Cutco. So why do you think that's positive for you in general? It's high quality. You use it every day, and it lasts forever, and you don't have to pay for the product. It's free. So that's why I want you to work hard on your first 10 days. Also, if you love to travel, I'm trying to slowly but surely work in some hints as to what the contest is. You guys are starting to probably have an idea. You're smart people, I know. But if you work really hard and perform, you can win opportunities to travel through the Fast Start contest, and it's really awesome. So I'm going to keep you in suspense today. I'll tell you more tomorrow. But just know that the harder you work, the more experience you'll get, the better the training is, and the more free stuff that will benefit you later. I want to show you one Pedraza. She graduated from St. Thomas Aquinas High School, just like you, Barry, right? Any other St. Thomas? Oh, two. Barry Ann. Oh, Chris, that's right. Okay. So you guys know Juanita? You know her? Okay. So I'm putting it on purpose. She was one of our high flyers. So her first weekend, she sold $3,000 worth of Cutco, made $400. Her first 10 days, she had a $10,000 fast start. That's her star right over here. So she made $2 grand in her first 10 days. Her mom made her do the job because mom was an old Cutco customer, and Juanita's super shy. English is her second language. They're from Colombia. And she said, you have to do Cutco to learn. You have to do Cutco because she knew the program. I need you to learn how to speak to people and get comfortable and learn English. She said, okay, mom. They had a $10,000 fast start. This lady won all the prizes. I'm showing you her is because I want you to see that normal college students go through the program. I want you to see someone on purpose. I want you to see the most college student, non-intimidating, because these are the types of people that we train to make $2,000 in 10 days. The difference is that she just worked really hard. She followed the program. And of course, when you sell over $10,000, you see Luis is different. For my scholar athletes in the room, Luis is a tennis player in college, Wingate. $1,000. So he didn't make $2 grand. He made about $4,000 his first. But he worked really hard. One start is if you sell over 10, you get the star and all the free Cutco. You get to come to a night. I won't tell you more detail. I'll just say this: I don't throw a bad party, ever. I have a day, and we're going to be at South Beach restaurant, menu, private weight staff, and all the people that sold over 10,000 the first 10 days. Well, 20 people there. It's going to be awesome. So a little hint of what's to come. Cool. So what I want to do now, before Barry, do me a favor, please, young man. If you could go down the hall on the right, knock on the door, and ask for one of the assistants, please. So real quick feedback before I continue. What's giving you confidence so far? What are you excited about? What's giving you more clarity as I've covered the training? Yes.
Examples of success.
Okay. Does it help to see other people and how they're doing? And then we'll introduce more people. Demo time. Who else? The question is, what's giving you confidence? What's giving you more clarity? Now, up to this point in training, let's continue. Go ahead. Hello, is this thing on? Hello, hello, hello. This is where you ask questions. Go ahead, answer.
Structure.
Tell me about it. Tell me more.
You very organized, have like a plan, so you kind of have like goals that you need to reach.
Does it give anyone here confidence that we actually are really structured and organized versus we'll train you, good luck, we'll figure it out?
Yeah.
Some of you are used to, by the way, that's some of your previous job trainings, isn't it? Who's been trained like that? Raise your hand. Say aye. Yeah, and I know how companies work. It's not a bad thing. It's just how they're structured. It's a little bit different here. It's a lot different here. Okay. You've been the demo? Oh, I apologize. So here's what I want to do. I want to turn things over to Kayla. The reason I have Kayla do the presentation versus me, anyone want to guess? I could do the presentation for you, but why do you think I have Kayla do it? Besides, she's nicer than me. Are you nicer than me? No. Why do you think I have Kayla, who's a rising... No. School year. Junior. Sophomore year, sorry. Rising sophomore in college and my assistant. Why do you think I have her do the appointment for you, not me? Yeah, your age. I want you to see what it's like from someone your age, okay? So as she sets up, you can set up here. So, as she sets up, a couple of things I want you to notice. Okay, number one, I want you to notice how she uses the training manual. You're gonna get your own version of a training manual today. It's gonna be yours to keep. You're gonna read it on the presentations. Remember, who are the first people you're showing the product to? Yeah, friend family. So you're actually going to tell them. In the book, it says, on Scarlett, I'm going to be reading from my manual because I'm new. Is that okay? And what do you think your friends and family say? They say, sure. Yeah, go ahead and read. And what they want is they want a good presentation. They don't care about you being good. They want to know that the product is good. So the information is really important. Second thing I want you to see is how Cutco sells itself. I want you to see how the rope gets cut, the leather, the penny in the beginning. Number three, I want you to see how low pressure it is. And notice when you follow the manual, it makes it really professional. And then number four, watch how much fun it can be on the presentation. There are jokes for the customer. Half of the jokes are already in the book. Okay? So I'm going to turn things over. And Kayla doesn't have to do this, but she's doing it to help out. And that's the type of person she is. This is Kayla, our assistant manager. She started last summer. So 1 year ago, she was in this type of a Cutco training. She got invited to that division meeting. In her first, actually it was called SC1 at the time. She was one of our highest sales performers. She earned her way past 30-30, all the way up to almost 40% on commission. And she made just shy of about $4,000 or $5,000 last summer working with us. And got into our management training program and did such a nice job that we accepted her to full-time assistant this summer. So for putting a little effort to help you guys out today, I could have done it, but she decided to volunteer. Can we give her a big round of applause, please? Thank you. So let me do this. Ms. Scarlett, can I have you come over here? So Scarlett and Gabe, I'm going to have you guys be the Cutco customers, for example. So I'll do this. Can I have you Sorry. So Gabe and Scarlett are going to be our Cutco customers today. Right. So here's what I'd like you to do. You could put yourself into the mindset of a Mac customer, meaning when she asks questions, act and respond as if you were a Mac customer. Happy married family. That's right. Lock it. But here's what I want you to do, though. Pay attention and watch how the presentation unfolds. And the thing that's common during this part is everyone always goes, oh, I can do that. Like you're going to see this, and you're going to see a bunch of light bulbs go off where you'll say, oh, that what Kayla just did, I can definitely do that. Okay, and thank you for being such great customers at a time. So as of right now, you guys are Mr. and Mrs. Jones.
I'll be Kayla.
This is Kayla, yeah. Neighbors. And you've known Kayla forever. She babysits your kids. We'll play that scenario, okay? All right, so at this point, starting now, she's at the customer's home. So just pay attention, see how natural it is. And take any notes that you want to talk about, any questions that you have, and enjoy. You can stand up if you like.